All right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to Hit the Books Thursday night NFL or not NFL, NBA, NHL live stream. Obviously, we have the NHL and NBA playoffs going on right now. Sitting here watching the Milwaukee Bucks and Indiana Pacers game 6. Indiana has a chance to close things out on their home floor. Obi Toppin and Tyrese Halliburton leading the way. I think 21 points for Toppin and 19 right now for Halliburton. It's something to keep an eye on as the Pacers have an 85-78 lead, but the Bucks on a nice little run here, 15-7 run. Definitely going to keep things interesting, but this young Pacers team is able to pull away at certain points. We have them in a teaser on the card tonight, -0.5. We took that -6 down to a -0.5. To put it with the New York Knicks, put it with Mackey's Knicks, got them from +3 to +8.5. There's your one play on the NBA card tonight. If you did miss the Pacers leg, I do like the Knicks +3 straight. If you want to do the money line, do that. But I definitely recommend taking the points. I know three's tight. It might even be a 2.5 now. Definitely something to keep your eye on, though, if you missed out on the Pacers. I know Mackey likes his Knicks to win tonight, but might be a little biased behind that pick there. I was trying to be a little more realistic and take some points. You get +8.5 in this teaser. It's been so far the Pacers have been looking really good. I don't think they've trailed all game. At least since I've turned it on, they've had a 10-point lead. So obviously, then as well as the other game going on right now in the NHL, Aces Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game 6 in Toronto. Bruins lose game 5 in overtime, exactly like they did last year to the Florida Panthers. They let Florida go back to Florida in game 6, get a win, and go back to Boston for game 7. Right now, we're sitting here. There's 10 minutes left in the first period, 0-0 game. FanDuel still has Boston as a -128 live favorite, so same exact spot as where we started the game. I think they might have been -125, +102 for Toronto. Toronto at +100. So they definitely think Toronto's going to hang around in this game. No Austin Matthews. They didn't have him in game 5 either, and they're still able to go into TD Garden, one of the tougher places to play, especially in the playoffs. And a team like Boston, the way they're playing right now, you definitely don't want to have to go into their barn and get a win. Toronto's going to have to get one on home ice and then hope to be hopeful to get one in game 7. I like their chances. I think Toronto wins this game tonight. If you're looking for a little live, juicy bet, underdog play, I like Toronto on the money line tonight at home. I did take the first period under 1.5. So those are my two plays tonight, the NBA teaser and then as well as the first period under in this game. I do like the under. I see it live at 4.5. I think this is a 3-1 game. I think Maple Leafs win this maybe 2 or 3-1. Just dropped to Maple Leafs at -104 on FanDuel. So FanDuel's definitely feeling the same way I am. Maybe they're watching the stream, tuning in. They know how sharp I am. They know I'm coming for that Maple Leafs on the money line. They're definitely scared of my $50 coming at it. But obviously, like I said, Pacers going on right now. Mackey's New York Knicks going at 9 o'clock. I thought it was at 9:30, so still have some time to lock in some bets on this one. Let's take a look at this game. The Knicks come into this at +3. Sixers obviously at -3. The -148 on the money line. For the Knicks on the money line, +126. That's where Mackey's sitting. He does have them to win this game. We have them +8.5 in a teaser, like I said. Over under at 202. Stay away from that. That's all I can say. Anytime in NBA, I don't like NBA totals or college basketball, any basketball totals at all. I try to stay away from them. I actually rarely bet them unless it's some, crazy teaser or something like that where I feel like I'm getting a lot of points. But 202 is insanely low. But these games have been so defensive and so back and forth with true playoff basketball. I definitely could see it go under the 202 as it is -112 to go under. I lean on the Knicks here. I'm going to say it. I lean on the Knicks here. I do think the Knicks get the win. Do I like the +8.5 we have in a teaser? Hell yes, because they can lose this game by 8, 7, 6. Obviously, we still cover. If it gets to 9, 10, we lose this bet. It's going to hurt, but we saw what the Knicks fans did in game 4 in Philadelphia. They went in there. They took over Wells Fargo Center or whatever the hell it's called in Philadelphia. You heard what Joel Embiid said. The players weren't happy. The fans let them do this, all this crazy shit. He's worried about the fans and the Knick faithful. Tyrese Maxey, thank God, goes into Game 5 in MSG, has a hell of a performance to end the game. The Sixers were down 6. Tyrese Maxey clutches it up with 2 huge threes, or a 2 and one was an and one was a 3. Obviously, the clutch time points. I mean, they get the win in overtime in MSG. That changes this series. Similar to Toronto Maple Leafs, what we just looked at. You come home for a game 6, and you're going to have to go in there and win game 7 if you get a chance. Sixers do have a chance in this game. They could win the game. I like the Knicks plus 8.5 points. If you missed the teaser and you really want to get the Knicks at plus 8.5, look at one of the games tomorrow. I maybe would go with. Let me see what we have here tomorrow. We can look at some of these games. Obviously, tomorrow, Friday night, we only have 2 matchups. The Denver Nuggets, they're done. The Cleveland Cavaliers heading to Orlando. Orlando, a 4-point favorite. I'm on the Magic here, but I think you could tease it. I don't believe in teasing through 0. You always hear me and Mackie say that. You lose a bunch of value doing that. If you can get the Magic plus 2.5, I don't see them lose that game. They're very good at home. Their defenses look like a whole different team at home. Both home teams have won every game this series through the first 5. I like Orlando tomorrow night. And then in the late game, obviously, you have the Clippers going up against my boy Luka and the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks, an 8-point favorite, heading home with a chance to clinch this series on their home floor in the American Airlines Center. I like the Mavericks here. I think this Clippers team's defeated. I know Ace and Mackey were really big on this Clippers team for good reason. You have James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard when he even plays. They have a hell of a good bench and a lot of good role players. I just think this Dallas team, the star-studded young, I don't even know the word, like skill of Luka is truly the difference. He was the difference in game 5. When you have a guy like Kyrie Irving as your second option, I think Kyrie would be probably the second best player out of any of those dudes on LA Clippers. So give me the Mavericks. I think Mavericks handle business as an 8-point favorite. If you want to tease them down, that'd be a nice little spot here. Get the Knicks up to 8.5. Get the Mavs down to minus 2.5. No way Mavs don't win tomorrow. I like the Mavericks to cover the spread, let alone you get them in a teaser. I think you're working with some safe money. Little look ahead of a game Saturday night, Minnesota Timberwolves. That's the team I'm really pulling for. I have a wager on them, plus 750 to win the Western Conference. Took it after game 1 of the first round against Phoenix before they swept. So got some value there. I think they're sitting around plus 350 on some sites now to win the West. So if they get through Denver, I love their chances. They're going to have to go through Denver. Obviously, you do not want to overlook them. I have Minnesota winning this series in 6. You heard me say it to Mackie yesterday on the podcast. I think I think Minnesota matches up well with this Denver team. And Denver looks beatable. You saw what the Lakers have done. Everyone said it, the Lakers led for so long in this series or for so many minutes and such a percentage of every game of the series. Like I said yesterday, the Lakers are 1-8 in the playoffs against the Denver Nuggets in the past 2 years. I don't care how much the Lakers have led. I'm a LeBron guy. I'm a Lakers supporter. I don't really have a team in the NBA, but that's just one I've always kind of pulled for. I grew up being a Kobe fan. LeBron went there. It was definitely one of my teams, and the Nuggets just have their number. People can't stand to accept it. They're a better team. The Lakers weren't contenders this year. Even if they got past them, I don't think all this stuff where, they would have beat Minnesota. They would have beat OKC. These are young passing of the torch teams where it's not just the super teams anymore that are winning all these games and getting all these sweeps. You look, at least I think back whenever I was younger watching the NBA playoffs, it was LeBron getting a 4-0 sweep in the first round. He hadn't lost a first round game in so many years. Kevin Durant and those Thunder teams and those Warrior teams sweeping everyone all the way up to the playoffs. These Thunder and these Minnesota Timberwolves are legit. I think that Minnesota is going to get their hands full with Denver. I think they win the series in 6, though. Huge key is win game 1 or 2. You have to go back to Minnesota with home court advantage. I think they do that. They handle business on their home floor. That crowd has that team running right now. I like Minnesota as a 4.5-point underdog in Denver in game 1. Maybe sprinkle on that plus 160 money line. Obviously, we do have a couple of NHL matchups tomorrow that we want to look into. Like I said, still 0-0 in that Bruins-Leafs game. Love that for my under 1.5. But now the Leafs are at minus 106, so jump on that while you can. Tomorrow night, game 6, Vancouver Canucks heading to Nashville, back to Nashville for game 6. Nashville comes in at minus 132 on the money line with Vancouver at plus 110. I saw them play in the game 3 with Jesse and a couple other buddies down in Nashville. I think Nashville wins this game. I know they look depleted after that game 4. That was a huge game 5 win in Vancouver. Both of Nashville's wins in this series have come on the road in Vancouver. I think this is their home win. You get to force that game 7. You give yourself an opportunity to move on to the second round against Edmonton, who's sitting there waiting for you after clinching things up last night. I just think Nashville's the play tomorrow, -130. I'm going to lay that juice. I think they get the win. And then obviously you have Dallas going back to Vegas. Dallas has a 3-2 series lead. Dallas has won 3 straight in this series after Vegas started out 2-0. I like Vegas to give me the other home team. Like I don't love the whole road teams win every game. I think that was obviously an interesting start to the series with a 2-0 win or a 2-0 series lead for Vegas, leaving Dallas, and then Dallas looks like absolutely defeated. They leave Vegas with a 2-2 series and they get home ice back. So I like the Predators. I like Vegas tomorrow night. Vegas is an underdog. Definitely. I think they get the win on home ice. Do or die. That team's too good to not win on their home ice. Everyone talks about how hard of a place that is to go play. I like Vegas, but that's just me. And then obviously some MLB. My Pirates have been atrocious, but I haven't really been betting too much MLB last night. Took a couple sprinkles on the Texas Rangers, didn't hit there, but I did hit on the Miami Marlins, one of the worst teams in baseball. So definitely a nice little hit on there. Cleveland Guardians and Astros going at it right now, 0-0 in the second inning. Tomorrow night, my Pirates get Colorado coming to town. Talk about a snooze fest for the weekend. Is firework night. I did hear that for Friday. Star Wars night Saturday, if that appeals to anyone. Pirates are -180 on the money line. -1.5 is +116. Colorado's terrible. The Pirates have looked so bad the past couple of games. Coming off a sweep against the Oakland Athletics. I'm going to be biased here. Give me the Pirates -1.5. I could never lay a -180 with the Pirates. They're not good enough. At least give me the plus money. Other than that, yeah, there's a hell of some games tonight. Right now, obviously, we're sitting here 9 minutes left in this NBA game with the Pacers and Bucks. Pacers up 15, so the parlay or the teaser is looking nice as we head into the Knicks in the night game. So, like I said, 0-0 in the Leafs Bruins game. But other than that, that's going to do it. Unless anything else pops up, I think that's about to be it. Let me see here if there's any other games on. No, yeah, that's the only baseball game on. Had a couple games today. Weird Thursday slate with only 6 games. One going on right now, 5 all during the afternoon. But everything else as far as series, make sure you go listen to the podcast from yesterday. We gave our kind of full breakdown, me and Mackie, kind of recapping the first round, looking ahead at the second round, and some of these NHL matchups as more of them are set. Other than that, thanks for listening. Let's go under in this first period in the hockey game, and let's go Pacers. Let's go Knicks. Let's get Mackey's Knicks on to the second round. I know that's something I want to see. Not a big fan of the Sixers team. Tyrese Maxey is special, but I'm on Mackey's Knicks tonight. I hope they get the job done in Philly, but we'll have to see. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.